Hello everybody, Live Overdrive here, and welcome to episode 11 of Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. Last episode we got to Krondor and discovered that we couldn't get into the palace. Very sad. Now we're going to explore the rest of the map and fight everybody we can find. Get our guys as tough as possible. We are currently just outside of Tenor, so let's go check it out. Don't see any bad guys, always a good sign. Well, I mean, sort of. That's kind of why we're here. I believe this is the road for Tenors. Tenors. I wish I knew the pronunciation. Maybe somebody will correct me. Oh, maybe this isn't Tenors. This might just be a farm. That's odd, because we're like right on top of it. It's right there. And Eggley's right there, huh? Well, I guess we'll go and look at this house and see what's up. The small house, it turns out, was home to a slight, balding historian named Kellen, who talked of the ancient Valharu and the relatively recent cataclysm near Sethanon, as he got them some fresh water for their packs. The folks I've interviewed, the ones living near Sethanon, say they thought the world was coming to an end, like the fabric of heaven was being torn back upon itself, revealing another universe in the skies, and they all talked about the explosion and fearsome flying beasts circling in the sky. His voice trailed off. I think it might have something to do with the dragon lords who once roamed freely on this world. One day I'm going to figure it all out. Locklear laughed. I'm sure you will, Kellen, someday, and when you do, I'd like to read that book. In the meantime, thank you for the water. Goodbye. I'm not so sure he believed the guy, but no, he's right. It does have something to do with the Valharu. I don't remember precisely what. I want to say there's a Valharu artifact beneath Sethanon that they discovered in the book Darkness at Sethanon that I think was like a doomsday device, basically. And I believe Pug and Tomas were able to neutralize it, but they were like ancient Valharu who were like, I don't know. The Valharu are weird. They're like these, dragon lords, like the guy described, and they're really cool. And they like decided they wanted to fight the gods, and so they created this device. Sorry, we've arrived at a town, and it is Eggley. So we missed Tanner's. Okay. I think we need to backtrack a bit. Anyway, yeah, they were this race of, kind of, I guess, humanoids who, like, created the elves, and I think they created humans, or maybe the humans came from somewhere else, but they traveled the universe and the different planets and stuff, and they were almost like gods, and they decided they wanted to kill the gods and become gods themselves, so they created the Life Stone, which is this doomsday device to, take the power, I think, of, like, all living things and channel it to destroy the gods, I guess. Maybe we went to Tanner's last episode, and I've forgotten. I think that is the case. Have we been to this store? Yes, Hamill's Pond, we've been here. Okay, cool. So, at the beginning of the episode, I said we were about to arrive in Tanner's, when in fact we were leaving Tanner's. Well, now is a good time as I need to rest. And let's head back to Eggley. It does, the road turns east here. I missed the first time around. Alright, and that will actually go to Sethanon, which is the place the guy was just talking about. Which we will check out, but not yet. We're going to head to Eggley, and then we're going to go meet up with where we've been before. And then maybe we'll head back toward Sethanon, Lighten, and stuff. Or we might head into the forest. I haven't quite decided yet. But for now, we're going to head back north to Eggley. Just such a funny name. Just because it has egg in it. Alright. This is a very small town. It's just kind of spread out. Well, there's a couple of houses here, and it looks like there's more down this side path further. All right, Locklear pushed open the wooden door. No one has lived here in some time, he said, looking around the empty room. All right, check this place out. Locklear pushed open the wooden door. No one has lived here in some time, he said, looking around the empty room. A lot of abandoned houses in this game. Oh, we got a cemetery. Creepy. Locklear pushed open the wooden door. No one has lived here in some time, he said, looking around the empty room. Alright, so far, all 3 houses we've been to have been abandoned. Curious. Alright, this looks like an inn. Let's check it out. Locklear sniffed. Stepping just inside the tavern's doorway, he detected the faint but familiar scent of lye and the more pungent aromas they were meant to erase. It would be a foolish tavern keeper who neglected to have a cleaning boy close at hand, where men drank to excess. The stranger. There is but one man here. It looks like we can talk to him. Oh, there's an inn too. Nice. Let's talk to him. Locklear motioned to the figure across the room. The man walked over to join them. He stood before them, eyebrows arched inquisitively. "What can I do for you today?" says Devon, an eye-patched, wild man-looking guy with furs and stuff. "I do believe this is the loneliest tavern I've ever visited. Where is everyone?" "Everyone is elsewhere, with the exception of Rake, myself, and a handful of boarders that have wandered off from the road. There's been not another soul in town since the festival." Festival with a capital F. "Everyone? Why? What happened here?" "Come the 8th hour last evening, a cloaked gentleman entered through the exact same door there and took a seat. He ordered a joint of beef, a loaf of bread, and a mug of ale. I remember these things because I had ordered the same. Soon as he finished his meal, he went to the tavern keeper and tossed down 50 golden sovereigns, turned round and was gone by the door. Before the first of those coins stopped there spinning on the counter, the rest of the people in the tavern rushed out after him. Keeper didn't even latch the door." Some sort of deal? "Nope. Some sort of damn local ritual. Seems I arrived in the middle of a ceremony that was called the Festival of the Stranger. Traditionally, the elders of the town would gather in the tavern and draw lots. The one with the longest lot was dubbed the Stranger. On the first night of the festival, the stranger comes around and offers the members of the town fake sovereigns. They call them Nymptos. And then the citizens of the town leave and sleep in the fields. Of course, I wasn't aware that was going on." "Are they supposed to stay in the fields?" No. Next morning, the elected stranger is to circle the village 3 times, swinging a strand of hemp over his head. When he's done, he cuts the length of rope and sets it on the road and let people know that they can come back. Then they know that Killian is looking with good fortune on their township and she won't strike their fields dead. If his strand is not placed, however, it means that she is displeased, and any citizen that attempts to return to town will be struck dead." Was the stranger killed by Killian? "No, not Killian, but by a man named the Collector, to whom he owed money, who didn't know about the town's tradition. Doesn't matter. The citizens of Eggley, though, they still chose to see it as a sign from Killian that they haven't returned since. Think this place is cursed and won't return until the curse is lifted. They have relocated to Tanner's, Hawks Hollow, and a few in Malik's Cross. They all believe they've done the right thing. It was giving me permission to do whatever I wanted here. Out of respect for them, I decided to keep the old town name of Eggley." I don't know, it seems people would have to be pretty thick to believe all that. Would they? You had the nerve to spit on a shrine of Eshap? No, but, well, I guess I can see your point. Everyone has their beliefs. Many people in these villages at one time were farmers, and it's difficult for them to simply turn their backs on the goddess of nature. They require her blessing before they can go on to new lives. You should remember that before you judge something to be ignorant. So, as my new job as bartender at this tavern, I suppose it's my duty to see if you need anything. Can I sit you up? I like this guy. Handing out life advice. Gotta love that trope when there's a gruff, tough-looking guy who turns out is just a good dude. We'll ask about the festival. Which god did you say this Festival of the Stranger was in celebration of? Killian, he already told us, Locklear, come on. The fertility goddess, bringer of harvest, the earth mother, Sylvan, pick a name, all mean the same thing. She's the wench to whom Ma and Pa Ugly pray to have a little runt and ugly enough wheat to eat through the winter. Can't say I have much use for her. Is there a temple of hers nearby? Or straight west of Eggley, then north at Crossroads. Big white building with columns. Smells like a war's bedchamber. Hard to miss. That's a little graphic. Can ask about mercenaries, apparently. One of the brothers from the Abbey at Sarth has seen several mercenaries on the move through the Principality. They said they looked Quegian. With good Quegian name like Devonius, I was thinking you might know something about them. I haven't anything. First of all, he just thinks that the guy from being from Queg means he would know about the mercenaries. I suppose maybe they would get in contact. I don't know. Still, it's like, oh, you're from this state? Do you know this person? Or whatever. Anyway, I haven't had anything to do with the Dauphiness of Queg or her bastard father-in-law for over 3 years now. I burned my writs of passage the day Spitzer and I boarded the Dauphiness war galley, the Storm's Master, and sunk King Labius's flagship with all hands on board. Since that day, I've only worked for me. And I guess you have no idea why there would be so many mercenaries wandering around free in the kingdom. You don't get much more than 3 Quegian mercenaries together in one spot unless you're paying them to be together. Small little island like that, most of them have killed a member of another mercenary's family. Pay them well, and they'll put their personal vendettas aside long enough to do what's asked of them before they start on one another. Whoever's funding them must have an incredible fortune in rubies somewhere. Rubies? Isles sovereigns won't buy you a thing in Queg except a month underground in King Labius's pain pens. Rubies, that's all they'll take. Seems harder to judge the value of a gemstone, but I guess, you know, in this world we have a little number right next to the gem that tells us how much it's worth, which is nice. He just talked about Spitzer, so let's ask about Spitzer. You mentioned someone named Spitzer who boarded the Storm's Master with you. Was he a friend of yours? Is he still around? You know, to be passing through, you ask a lot of questions. Just curious, I was wondering if maybe he would know anything about the Quegians. He's got more reason to be afraid of King Lebus than I do. He'd avoid Quegians like the plague. Now, if you want to play dice with him, I'm sure he'd be plenty happy to talk with you. He was in Tanner's last I heard. We might have played dice with him, actually. We might have to go back. I should write that down. Where's my notebook? There it is. Alright. We're looking for a man named Spitzer in Tanner's. Gonna ask about Queg. Alright. Yeah, I think we won 5 sovereigns off of him. Either last episode or 2. Buildings. We can ask about buildings. The whole town to yourself, I'm surprised you haven't opened up any of the other shops or houses. I'm leaving them be until I know what's eventually gonna happen here. Never know when some folks are gonna show up and want his property back. I don't want to be the idiot holding the bag. Most of the folks were smart, they'd probably lock their houses, and I'm not much of a lockpick. Know anyone who is? Strange character named a Buck. Ran across him when I was working for the Dauphiness Cassandra Queg. We discovered him once when we boarded a Keshian vessel. After he helped us open a few choice chests of mercantile, we chained him up in the belly of the ship so we could make a present of him to Cassandra. But when we docked in Palank, all we found in the hold of the ship was simply a note saying he could be found in the Sylvan if we ever needed his services. I never hired anyone else for lockpicking jobs since. A Book. Cool. I remember him, actually. He's a pretty cool dude. We'll meet him later. Goodbye. Thank you for your hospitality, Devon. I was pleasant respite from traveling the roads. Remember that next time you talk to someone about Eggley. Time to start some new rumors. That we will. Goodbye, Devon. Well, that was neat. Okay, so we can talk to him and we can stay in the inn, but I don't think we can buy food or anything. Which is fine. I think we're good on provisions for the time being. Drop a quick bookmark and let's move on. I'm guessing I think all of these other buildings are going to be abandoned. Yep, that one's abandoned. Actually a fairly good sized town, other than the fact that there's literally nobody here. We have a shop. I'm hoping it's open, but I'm guessing not. Oh, Owen tried the door. The building appears to be abandoned. They locked up after themselves, he said. Think we should take a shot at opening it up? Yes, we should. Locklear, do your thing. Whoa. Locklear shook his head. The lockmaker knew what he was doing, he said. It's beyond my ability. I can't open it. Are you sure about that? Because your lockpicking is 100%. This must be a key-only one. I mean, we can try the keys we have. The Gilder's passkey did not work. Let's try the Noble's passkey. No good. Peasant's key? Nothing. Alright. Well, shoot. I guess we should have bought those keys at the last shop after all. We'll have to remember that. I guess there is a use to having keys, as it turns out. Alright, let's check out these other two houses. I have a feeling they are empty. Place is abandoned, Gorth said. Oh, excuse me. Place is abandoned, said Gorth, looking around the room. Maybe the occupants left something behind we can use. Let's have a look. Oh, money. Sovereign and a half. I'll take it. One more house. No one's lived here in some time. Alright. So that was Eggley. Although this side path continues for quite a ways. And goes back to the main road. Okay. So we bypassed quite a lot of road there. Yeah, we've just gotten off the path. Okay, we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit because there was quite a lot of main road here that we just skipped by going through Eggley. It's kind of a long town. If a town can in fact be long. Yeah, it's big. There's a lot of area. Yeah, it doesn't look like we missed anything terribly interesting. Some trees, a couple of hills. There's gotta be some chests or something back here somewhere, but not finding them. And now it's nighttime, so we'll go ahead and camp. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna have Owen do Eyes of Eshap since he's gonna recover health anyway. Alright, there's nothing around us. That's fine. We'll just have a rest then. Nice. Actually, he didn't recover that health because they are above their maximum for road health. Because we rested at a tavern recently, so. Just continue. Oops. Gorth stopped and stared off into the distance. After several seconds of contemplation, he turned and began to speak. Look at that tree over there. The lower limbs have all been hacked off. That either means we're near someone's property line or someone was ensuring they had an unobstructed view of the area. If we continue in this direction, we should proceed with great caution. That's not his voice. Like, his voice is too similar to the guy I was just doing in the tavern. I'm all confused. Oh, and scouting has increased. Well, that's great. So we're about to have a fight. Or we're about to avoid a fight and then purposely trigger the fight. Yeah, the party's stealth ability has increased. And that means we avoided the fight. And got better at stealth in the process. Which is delightful, but I want to fight him, so we're gonna do it again. Oh, there we go. Alright, party's stealth ability has increased again. Trigger it again. There we go. They were being watched. Unsure where their observers were located, Locklear wheeled about, just as a figure emerged from behind the trees. Exclamation point. Oh. So it's 3 Moradel warriors and 1 Moradel mage, and the first person to act was the Moradel mage, and he hurled an ice ball at Owen, but he missed and hit his own guy, freezing him solid. That is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have Owen chuck a fireball at the guy that just got hit by ice, because I think that's funny. And if he misses, he'll hit the mage. Good hit, Owen. 45 damage, killing the man. Nice. Was it necessary? No. Was it cool? Absolutely. We should get one of these guys near the mage, but they can't get there, so I'm just gonna have him fight the warriors and... Oh, jeez. We'll have to have Owen deal with the mage, I guess. Alright, now that's gonna be a problem. He just threw an ice ball at Gorth. Oh, and he did 40 damage. That means... I know this spell. It's called Fetters of Rhyme. But he did 40 damage to Gorth, which means that he spent 20 health on that ice ball, which means Gorth is frozen for 20 turns. That's That's pretty bad. I'm gonna have to try and kill this mage. I'm gonna do a full power flame cast at him with Owen and hope that it works. He missed. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Alright, Locklear, you should try and kill the guy you're fighting. You did not. Alright, Owen, changing tactics. We're gonna do Despair Thy Eyes on the mage. I might recall that that spell doesn't work on mages, but I could be wrong. I think that mages have a bonus. I'm just gonna have Owen rest, he needs health. I think that mages have a bonus to like magic resistance, even though there's not like an official stat in the game. I know some spells, I think Flamecast does less damage to mages, and I think others are that way as well, or I wouldn't be surprised if others are that way as well. Alright, Locklear, let's do a swing. There we go, good job. Bring that dude down. Owen, rest up, and Locklear, charge this mage, please. For some reason, the other two guys are not attacking anymore, which is odd. Okay, Locklear for the kill, nice. And for whatever reason, this other warrior is not attacking Goroth, even though he's right in his face. Puzzling. Anyway, we'll go for it with Locklear. Okay, now he's swinging. Could be that he got hurt and he was resting or something. I don't know how their AI works, so... Alright, we'll just have Locklear finish him off. There we go, nicely done. Battle was won. Owen spent a lot of health and on that fireball and he missed it. That was a bummer. Alright, let's see what these guys have. Oh man. Another freaking whetstone. And some money. We'll take some money. 5 sovereigns worth of what are they called? Royals. And some armor that we'll leave behind. I imagine that we will drop the sword that we just picked up after a while because it's not an expensive one, but our stealth is getting pretty good. The Weed Walkers obviously have a lot to do with that, but alright, we found ourselves a crossbow and some lockpicks. We got a sword that Locklear can repair and some food that is poisoned. Alright, we'll leave that. Along with the quarrels and the armor. Locklear, go ahead and repair that sword. Nice. We'll search the next guy. Oh, he's got a Mortal Lamprey. And a new game mechanic. This guy is carrying Silverthorn. Goroth was careful as he held it up, knowing a single scratch from its silvery thorns could kill. Corpulent red berries dangled from the plant's rose-like stem, each bud heavy with deadly poison. If crushed over a blade or an arrow, the Silverthorn would make any cut made with their weapon far more lethal. So this stuff will poison you, and poison will kill you if you don't cure it. And that is rough. I don't know if there's a way. I don't think you can just rest it away. I think you will die. We'll take it and maybe poison our quarrels with it. That can be like a nice opening, you know, salvo. Just poison somebody so they slowly die. There is an anti-venom out there, and we're gonna want to locate that because when we are gonna get poisoned. It's gonna happen. We're gonna want a way to get away from that. So, all right. Poison has entered the game, other than just, you know, poisoned rations. And finally, the mage. He's got another Mortal Lamprey. That's fun. So we'll repair that real quick. Nice job. And then we got some armor we don't care about, and a Ring of Prandor with how many uses? 10 uses. Not bad. Owen is full up of gear, though. So I'm gonna pass some stuff around. We now have 3 Rings of Prandor, although I think one of them only has 1 use left. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Then 50 gold. I don't mind that. And some restoratives and some armor that we won't take with us. Not bad. Mages always have good stuff. They're like kind of like mini bosses, you know? Alright. we got a house up ahead and a fence. Oh, it's a farm. There's a barn, a house, and fencing. Lovely. I'm gonna search around their grounds before we go and talk to them. I found a hole in the ground. Something had been buried under the dirt. That hole's not big enough to put a man in, so it's safe to assume it isn't a grave, Locklear said. Might be a secret cache of food or supplies. Let's take a look. It is a broadsword and some gold. We are out of space, so we'll not be taking that broadsword, but we will be taking the gold. Nice. It looks like this was at the end of a side path. We will check that out later. Let's go ahead and check out this farm now. It is on the main path. The farmhouse here. Locklear knocked on the door. For a long moment, he leaned against the door frame as he waited, positioning himself so he could listen for the sound of any stirring inside. When at last it was evident nobody was coming, he stepped back with a shrug. It doesn't seem that anyone is about, Locklear said. Alright. That is a default nobody's home text. And the barn. Locklear pushed open the door of the wooden barn. Inside he found stalls containing a standard mixture of animals. The floor of the barn was covered with a pungent mixture of hay, dust, and animal dung that made his eyes water. He was glad when they left a few minutes later. I guess it's just a farm. What can I say? Alright, here's that side path. It's right past the farm, and it actually forks. And the right path goes to that hole that we've already been to, and the left one goes where? Let's find out. I think it might just go back to the main road, which is irritating. I hate branching paths that reconverge. That's no fun. Yeah, it just goes back to the main road. Alright. Fine. Doesn't seem to be anything interesting on it at all, in fact. But maybe it bypassed something. Let's backtrack and see what we see. Looks like also nothing. Alright. Well, that was exciting. And there's that farm again. And it's nighttime, so why don't we go ahead and rest till morning? How are we doing on food? Oh, our guys are hurt. But not too badly. Rest till morning, and I think they'll be fine. Alright. I might eat my words later if we end up in a tough combat, but I guess we'll find out. I don't like this. Things widening up. It kind of feels like there's gonna be bad guys. Something's up. Even though I'm totally prepared for combat, it's still nerve-wracking when you're not sure when it's gonna happen, you know? Somehow this, like, what is it, 3... I don't remember what the resolution is. It's the lowest supported VGA resolution, though. Somehow that is terrifying. Hey, some bad guys. And this is... I've accidentally turned left toward Quester's View. I guess that's not necessarily an accident. But yeah, there's some Quegian pirates ahead, so let's see if we can get the jump on them. They agreed to attack, going over strategy, blah blah blah. Their attack was unexpected. Eyes wide with surprise, the enemy scrambled about helplessly. Not wanting to waste their momentary advantage, Locklear barked several quick orders, and the battle was joined. That, of course, means we get to go first. Alright. Does Owen throw a fireball, or does he make his friends invincible? He throws a fireball. I mean, you know, you gotta. Let's go big. We're gonna do a 20 hit point one that does 60 damage total. I'm gonna throw it at the middle guy, actually the closest guy. Oh, good hit, Owen. I was worried. 60 damage, 13 damage to his buddy, killing the first guy, and yeah, damaging the second guy a lot. You know, Locklear's too far away to attack with a sword. Let's get a crossbow try. Why not? Shoot that middle guy. Good hit, 8 damage. Not a lot of damage, but something. Alright, we'll send Gorth into the fray here. Alright, this guy came to attack Owen. Owen just got hit by a crossbow bolt. I don't like that. He's gonna rest now, while Locklear dispatches this other fellow. Locklear's swings now are 82% accurate. That's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna go for it. We can do some extra damage. 20 damage, not bad. I don't think he needs help from Gorth, so I'm gonna have Gorth attack the crossbowsman. He missed. Damn. Alright, Locklear. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't kill that guy. He must be really low, though. Ah, shoot. I accidentally didn't attack with Gorth. Not what you want. Alright, Owen is gonna defend. And Locklear is gonna kill this dude. Alright. Yeah, I guess Owen didn't need to defend after all. Alright, Gorth. Nice job. Finishing it out. Battle was won. Search the bodies. We will. Owen's not feeling great. Oh, Locklear's abilities have increased. I like that. What do we have? Oh, his strength went up, and his stealth went up. Oh, I probably just hadn't looked at it since it went up from before. Nice. Strength. It must be kills that increase that. I really don't know what else could be. How is his sword doing? 32%. Oh, we're getting so close. If we can get it down to 10 this session, that means between now and the next session, I can grind their weapon craft up and make a pile of money doing it, probably. That's fun. I'm excited about that. I don't think we're going to make it all the way down to 10 this session, though. Alright, let's search these guys. Money. Man, we're finding a lot of money these days. Alright, I'm going to dump these broadswords. I'm going to dump one of these broadswords, and then I'm going to pick up the other one and repair it. And then dump it as well. Cool. And we'll leave the armor and the other sword. We already looked at that guy, apparently. Or he just didn't have anything good on him. Did we see this one? Oh no, we just hadn't seen. He just had armor and a sword. No problem. Let's repair the sword. And then get rid of the sword. And the third guy. Little silver, 6 rations that are probably poisoned. Spoiled, same difference. Crossbow, I guess we can take that, that's worth something. And a sword, yeah, Locklear can repair that quick and give it back. I don't know why I'm bothering with this if I'm about to grind it later, but well, okay. So yeah, just some pirates. This is I don't know what the signpost is. I think it's a town, but oh, north to Dimwood. Okay. So if we turn, oh, this is the fork. So okay, the map doesn't quite match the path. So we're at this fork here now. So if we go north, we'll go into the Dimwood. If we go west, we'll go to Quester's View. Let's go to Quester's View, and then maybe we'll backtrack. But there might be some guys to fight here, and then we'll get to go to the town of Quester's View, and I don't remember what their shop is, but we'll check it out. So this is southwest. That's southeast. So that must be north to the Dimwood. Okay. So we want to go southwest. And I'll double check on the map. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Good. We've got a side path here. Let's check it out. It kind of backtracks on us, which is confusing. Yeah, it just goes back to the main road that we were on before, so I guess it just is a way to bypass that fight. Or, you know, roads can just be roads. You guys, it's a chest. I'm so excited. I wonder what kind it is. Looks like someone lost a chest, Locklear said. Might be worth investigating. That means it's not a Moradel chest, so I'm going to go ahead and use Scent of Sereg in preparation, and let's check it out. Owen grabbed Locklear's shoulder. Startled by the sudden movement, Locklear halted and gazed up at his companion. What's wrong? The chest, Owen replied. Give me a moment. Concentrating his thoughts, another scene overlaid on the one already before him, different only in the fact that it included a man kneeling before the box, a skin of a naphtha in his hand. It's trapped, Owen replied, dazed by the effects of the spell. Someone's rigged it to explode the moment the lid is lifted. Shall we try to deactivate it? Yes. The trap was deactivated. Locklear breathed a sigh of relief and gently lifted the lid of the box. Oh, baby, look at this. This is a Serrani light crossbow. Now we're looking at some good stuff. All right, the heft of the crossbow alone was assuring. Its potency seemingly worked into the very fiber of the weapon, reputed to be more powerful than even the common Midkemian foot soldier's crossbow. They were rare treasures hoarded by weapons collectors. You can tell by the sprite, it's like a recurve bow, which is sweet. Base damage is 20 plus the quarrel, accuracy is -5, so they're more powerful, but they are less accurate than the light crossbow, which is 7 plus quarrel damage versus 20, and then 0 plus quarrel plus skill for accuracy. Some quarrels are more accurate than others. Like the regular one is 0. And then the poisoned one, I think, is a little bit less. Yeah, -5. It's harder to hit with poison quarrels. The medium crossbow is 15 damage plus quarrel, accuracy 5. Whereas the Serrani one is 20, but accuracy -5, I believe. So, which of you is better at crossbow? Goroth is 59, Locklear's 52. Okay, it's sort of a wash. What I'm gonna do is give Goroth's crossbow to Locklear because it's more accurate. And then I'm going to give the Serrani crossbow to Goroth. And I'm going to let him repair it with that bowstring too, which I assume will make it more accurate in general. I don't totally know. We got 40 gold, and I guess we can take this crossbow back. And then finally there is a note here. Let's see what this says. We know now Goroth of the Ardanian to be on a path to the capital at Krondor. We advise you to continue your duties, but suggest you lie in wait for him on the eastern roads into Krondor, as it is likely they will take an indirect route there so as to avoid your patrol. We didn't. We went straight there. We're not that clever. He must move no further south. Halt him before he reaches the kingdom settlement of Tanners. Delacan. We got to Tanners already too, but you tried. Yay. We gotta repair Goroth's sword. We could repair his armor, but I think it's fine. 92 for now. Alright. That was pretty sweet. We got some nice stuff. We got a new crossbow. Decided to try it out, actually. I don't think we've tried the medium crossbow yet either. Be a decent chunk more damage, which will be fun. Actually makes the crossbows viable. 8 damage a bolt is just not good enough. Although it's possible that, you know, if we just use them for poison quarrels, maybe they'll be a little more valuable to us. It's nighttime already. Days are so short. I'm gonna search a little bit longer, make sure I didn't miss anything. And of course I did not. Alright, before we continue along this path, I will rest. Oh, and Owen needs it. We'll give him a herbal pack. And Goroth is a little bit down. I'm gonna give Goroth one too. He doesn't have any room in his inventory. Do a little rearranging here. Goroth, go ahead and eat those herbs. And let's rest. I'm just gonna camp until healed. There we go. Afternoon the next day. Imagine getting, you know, beaten down by a guy with a sword within an inch of your life and then just eating some, like, healing herbs and then, snoozing until noon and then you're, like, just fine. Totally back to normal. Medicine. Alright, we're checking out a side path here. There's been a lot of, like, useless side paths in this part of the world that just kind of loop back to the main road. This one appears to do that, but then it also has a side path that goes somewhere. And it's nighttime. It goes to what looks like a shop. That's intriguing. I'm gonna wait till morning. Oh. I just noticed at the end of that rest, all of our health and stamina went up. Each one went up by 1. It's every, I figured this out earlier, so it's every month of game time, your health and stamina increase by 1. Which of course means that's something you can grind up if you have the patience for it. And I tried that in my other file and it totally works. So we'll do that at some point, but I'm not ready to do it yet. Because it's kind of a pain. But it makes a really, really big difference, most of all with Owen, because it means he can just throw the biggest, nastiest spells over and over again. Which is fun. Anyway, let's go in this shop. A bell rang. No sooner had Locklear managed to get the door open than he found the shopkeeper was escorting him inside. We are at Morgan Hurley's. Everywhere Locklear looked, polished metal gleamed. As much a temple to war as any temple of Tith, the cramped shop offered a startling variety of weapons and armor. That's good, that means we can sell stuff. Alright, they got rations for an okay price. They got broadsword, they got two-handed broadswords, standard kingdom armor, and kind of just some standard supplies. Shovel torch, whetstone, clerical oilcloth, strategies of trading. That is a pretty common book in stores. That would improve our bartering, but we... excuse me. Haggling, rather. But we're really good at that, so I don't think we need that. But let's sell some stuff. More to lampers. Do you buy those? You don't. You're useless, man. You won't buy crossbows either? I think we literally have nothing to sell this man. Yeah. Yep, we got nothing. I am gonna sell these poisoned corals though. If they take... Oh, he won't buy those either because he won't buy the bows. What a jerk. Alright, well. Thanks for nothing, Morgan Hurley. Well, we tried. Let's get back to the main road here. Head on to the next town, which we've actually been to already. I forget what it's called. Is it Quester's View? It's Quester's View. We might not actually run into any combat on this road. What a disappointment that would be. Yeah, there's Quester's View. And here's the remains of some combat. Alright, well, let's head to the town the shop in Quester's View to see if we can sell some stuff. And then we'll head back the way we came. Pierce Perry's weapons. This seems more promising. He's got quarrels. He will buy Mortal Lampreys too. Excellent. 8 sovereigns. Deal. Mortal Lamprey, 8 sovereigns, 4 royals. And now a whole bunch of crossbows for 8 sovereigns, 5 sovereigns, 5 sovereigns, 5 sovereigns. Will you buy the horn? You will not. Fine. Alright. Owen, sell some more crossbows. 8 sovereigns, 5 sovereigns. Will you buy this book? No. Why am I carrying this note still? Who can say? Let's sell more crossbows. Wow, we have a lot of crossbows. How about poisoned arrows? Ooh, actually, you know, I think I heard a thing that if you poison arrows, they get a lot more expensive. Little exploit. He will buy the poison arrows. I'm going to sell them because I don't want them in my inventory taking up space. Alright, that's good. We're a lot lighter on the stuff now. Owen's still carrying a bunch of crud, but that's okay. Is there anything we want to buy here? Not really. Better armor? Nah, I think we're fine. Alright, cool. Well, thank you, Pierce Perry. You're the governor. Alright, let's go ahead and head back the way we came. And then I think we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do something real fun. Real fun, real dangerous. Should be a good time. Right after we rest until morning, because I swear that's all we do these days. Locklear's a little low on food. I can give him some from the others, though. 14, 13, alright. There we go. Now they've all got about the same amount. That should be fine. Okay. Here we are back at the crossroads. And it says north to Dimwood. Well, guess what? That's what we're doing. We're going north to the Dimwood. There's some tough combats in there. There's some weird stuff in there. And there's some real nice treasure in there, I know. So, I think it's gonna really pay off for us. And it's gonna be a lot of fun too, because it's a weird place. Oh, but first, we gotta check out this side path. So you never know what's at the end of a side. Oh, did not expect that. There's a cave entrance at the end of this side path. I don't know what it is. But, I mean, obviously we have to check it out. The passage was blocked. Let's move back the other way, Locklear said. Looks like this entrance is closed for good. Okay then. I guess we're not gonna check it out. I'll go back to the main road here. Surely there's something back behind this mountain. I'm gonna cast Eyes of Eshap. There's gotta be something around here. Gotta be. No? Ugh. Madness. Alright then. Back to the road. Continue. Another side path to check out. I saw this on the map, so I know it terminates just a dead end. Maybe there's something there. Of course there is not. That's so strange. Aha, I found some campfires. Ashes were cold. No chests or anything by the looks of things, so I guess we'll head back to the main road, and it's nighttime again. I'll take a rest till morning. Get Owen's health back from Eyes of Eshap. Let's just continue. Oh, there's a temple. Where exactly are we right now? Okay, we're not on the path, it seems. The map doesn't quite line up with our actual location. Apparently there's a temple here. I wonder if this is the Temple of Killian that somebody was fellow in the Eggley was talking about. Oh, there is a bad guy here. Let's get him. Locklear shouted to the trio. Taking advantage of their upper hand, he continued calmly. We don't want any trouble. Surely we can come to some kind of peaceful agreement, don't you think? Unfortunately, the mob seemed quite insane. Apparently, this is a mob of Quegian pirates, and our good friend Owen is going first. I think I'm gonna play things a little safer this time. And do Skin of the Dragon? What am I talking about? No, I'm not gonna do that. We're throwing fireballs, baby. 45 damage, right front and center. 45 and 8 to the other guys, and let's have Locklear swoop in for the kill. Nice job, Locklear. Gorth, hit this man. Nice job, Gorth. And Owen, let's do another fireball. Why not? You got it in ya? Good job. Alright, Locklear can maybe finish that dude off. Nicely done. These guys do not have a lot of health. Gorth. Nice. That was that. That was quick. Very quick. These guys have gotten quite good. We got some gold. We got a sword, which we can repair a little later. Leave the armor. Let's see, we got some food that is not poisoned, surprisingly. So we will go ahead and take that, split it up. Another sword to take, another crossbow to take and sell later. Alright, leave the armor and the quarrels. Another sword and some armor that we don't want. Alright, let's have Locklear do some repairing. Get a little better at that. Nice job, Locklear. His sword is down to 31%. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. I think it's going to be a few episodes before we get all the way down. And let's check this temple out. Incense swirled, striding between the columns. It's the usual text. Alright. Temple of Silben. Okay, this is not the Temple of Killian. Let's check out the mandala. Get that logged in our destination chart. Nice. We haven't been here, have we? I don't think so. Alright, let's talk. A priestess escorted them. Expecting a chamber in keeping with the rest of the grandeur of the temple, Locklear was startled when they were led into a cramped room where an old woman sat reading through a sheaf of papers. Glancing up, the high priestess squinted at them, then shook her head. "You'll excuse me, but I was expecting someone else," she said, laying aside the papers as she had been reading. "A few days ago, I sent a summons to one of our faithful, a Franklin that lives just to the north of Eggley. I doubt he would have been able to get to you." "I doubt he would have been able to get to you," Owen replied. "We ran into a band of men just outside the temple who seemed bent on killing any that came up to the road." The priestess exhaled loudly. "The Quegian fever is spreading here, and likely those were more men infected with it. If you were to go to him and tell him the way is clear, I would consider it a great favor." Looking back at the tracts scattered at her lap, she rubbed her eyes. "You'll forgive me, but I really must get back to work on these. Please see yourselves out. Goddess blessing on you." So, I wish I could remember this man's name and where he was. I think north of Eggley. Let's see if we can talk again. Okay, a messenger went to find the high priestess. In a few moments, a tall, proud-looking woman limped out from under the arches. Her long gray hair hanging lank around her face as a plump woman trundled at her side for support. When Locklear hailed them, the shorter woman wheeled angrily. "The high priestess has been through a terrible ceremony," she snapped. "She has no time for—" "Balandra!" The high priestess jerked her arm from her assistant's grasp, silencing her with a cold stare. "I am neither so old nor so ill in the goddess's favor that I cannot spare a moment to speak with these gentlemen. If you were to remember the spirit of our catechisms more often than their letter, I think you might replace me someday. Our place is to serve... is in service to both the Earth Mother and to those who worship her. Remember." Locklear bowed his head. "That's very gracious of you, High Priestess, but if another time would be more convenient." The old woman chuckled darkly. "Speak, noble one." Sensing that brevity was in his best interest, he quickly related the things that Devon had told them during their visit to the stranger tavern in Eggley. When at last he had finished, a grave expression was on the High Priestess's face. "There's no curse upon the town, whatever this man Devon may have told you," she said, "but we share fault in this. The ritual of the festival never was intended like this, and now it has brought shame on this temple and misery upon our faithful of Eggley. Nevermore shall there be a festival." Balandra gasped. "High Priestess, the festival!" "Silence, child," she said, turning her glare on Locklear. "I will also see this collector brought to justice. If you can find him, send us with word that we have a reward to give him. I will see you very well remunerated for your efforts. Goddess blessing upon you." Oh, we're just getting all kinds of side quests. Okay. A man north of Eggley. about. Temple way is clear, and then find the collector, and that's Temple of something. Sylvan. Alright. We're racking up side quests here. I didn't expect to find quite so many things to do. Well, that was fascinating. I kind of want to talk again, see if there's something else. I wonder if we've missed other things by only talking once. I didn't really realize that was an option. Lochner sent for the High Priestess. After only a brief pause, the woman appeared in the courtyard, thankfully without ceremony of her plump assistant. As you've returned so early, I must only assume that you have found the gentleman named the Collector, she said quickly. Is that so? Lochner shook his head. We have not met face to face as yet, but holding up a hand, the High Priestess shook her head. No excuses. I shall see you again once you have sent him to us. Goddess blessings upon you. Alright, so now it's just the come back when you've proven yourself text. That's fine. Okay, so we could go back, actually. We could call an audible and not go into the forest just yet. We could go see if we can find this guy north of Eggley. To, I guess, send him back to the temple. And then we have this other quest in Tanner's as well. For this Spitzer fellow. So, yeah, let's head back. We'll see what we can find. See if we can find a man north of Eggley. However, I believe we're coming up on an hour here, so I think not a very dramatic place to stop, but I think it is a place to stop. So I'm actually going to go back to the temple, so we all remember what was happening when we start the next episode. Oh, thank gosh, there it is. And on that note, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.